My wife won't let me visit my father. Both me and my wife have been married for almost a year now, but recently my dad has been having trouble after his stroke. So I have decided to take time off and go back to help my dad get settled down. But my wife won't let me visit him and help him settle down as she said that it is not needed to visit him. I haven't seen him since the wedding and it is pissing me off that she doesn't try to understand my side of the story. I have tried talking to her about it, but she won't budge at all. If nothing works out, I might have to try and leave in the night when she is sleeping to visit him as the stroke he has was bad. Any other suggestions on what I should do? Edit. Okay everyone, I get it now, I'm planning to leave to see him tomorrow. She will have to deal with it later and I'm going to go see him. I will probably tell you guys what happened if things get worse when I come back. Thank God my boss was nice enough to let me get a week off. You're a grown man. You don't need anyone's permission to visit family and you certainly don't need her to sign off before you care for your ailing father. 1. Pick up your keys. 2. Walk out the door. 3. Get in the car. 4. Start the car. 5. Go see you dad. Deal with the crap later. Who cares what she is saying now? Go see your dad or you will regret it for the rest of your life. She doesn't have to let you do shit. If you want to visit your father, please do. Just tell her, I'll go visit my dad, and then go there. She should figure out why she's so against it and then work trough it. That's a very unhealthy and toxic thing to do. There is information missing here. Why does she refuse? Was there an argument between her and your father? Is she isolating from all your family and friends or just you dad? Is she normally controlling of all your whereabouts? You're a grown man. He's your dad. Go see him. She's an adult. She'll get over being butt hurt. As someone whose dad had multiple strokes, your wife can fuck right off. You do not need her permission. Tell her you are going and it's her choice if she is still there when you return. She is playing the pick-me game and forcing you to choose her. It's disgusting that she is that controlling, but when your dad is sick and needs help. No. Just no. Would she stay home if the tables were reversed? I'm going with a hard no. I could go on and on about how supportive my husband was during my dad's strokes, and it's honestly the bare minimum you should expect from your partner. Why are you settling for less than the bare minimum? Is that how you want your life to be? You need to have a serious conversation with your wife and evaluate your future. Husband said when his mother first saw me on video call, she told him, "What is this?" I had first seen my mother-in-law when I video called for the first time. I remember she looked at me with a shocked and disgusted face and showing the phone screen to her daughters and pointing towards it with a disappointment face. But I brushed it off thinking I was just overthinking it. After we got married, my husband told me that when his mother first saw me on video call she told him, "What is this?" and that I'm not beautiful. They took a screenshot of the call to send to my husband when my face was paused at a moment which made my face look awkward. My eyes were half closed and my mouth was opened. It's past now, but it still hurts me that they said that and sent that screenshot to my husband. How can I get over it and not make it hurt me anymore? I just looked at your post history and oh my. You deserve so much better, girl. It seems as if your dear husband is no better than any of your in-laws. Actually, they all sound super toxic. To me it looks as if he wants to shred your self-esteem and self-love to pieces so you don't see your worth and that you deserve better than a cheating husband and in-laws that excuse every mistake of him. Please think about what you want from life and if your husband is really the right person to share life with. Your post history is a huge giveaway that this is a terrible marriage and toxic. Husband has cheated on you, told you stuff to hurt you. Your in-laws have not left you alone when you wanted to process being cheated on, repeatedly hurt your self-esteem by telling you your husband deserves better. Girl, I know marriage is hard to leave, but you're literally sinking and it's going to come to a point where it will combust. Why would your husband even tell you this? What was the point of telling you other than to hurt you? Why did he tell you this? Looking through your post history, he and his family are absolutely toxic and you need to be done with all of them. Looking at your post history, you are in a marriage with no respect, a husband that cheats and puts you down, and in-laws that treat you terribly and insult your looks. Please, for your own well-being, leave him. You deserve better and deserve to be around people who positively reinforce you and support you to heal from being put down so much. This is not healthy. I, 33M, and my wife, 31F, are splitting up after a decade together. I've posted in this community before and found good support and guess I am doing that again. I grew up fundamentalist and started my deconstruction at age 25-ish, and it took a good 6 years to get through. I was not taught what validation means, in relational contexts, and I was stubborn and bullheaded about many things. By the time I figured out how to change, she was checked out. This point was about March of 2021, I think. She's also deconstructed from the same brand of religion and feels like she never should have gotten married, as that wasn't really who she wanted to be in the first place, but religion brainwashed her into doing it. She tells me that I am leaps and bounds better than I ever was, but she just can't see herself regaining intimacy with me and wants to move on. There's been no intimacy since 2/14/2021. We have 3 kids, all 7 and under. Until earlier this week, the plan was to stay the course and let her finish grad school, ends in DEC, and file afterwards. However, her last semester is an internship and it's 3 hours away. She often changes her mind on where to live, has waffled back and forth between where we are and where her internship is for the entire 10 years we've been together. The kids are going there with her this fall to stay with their grandma and mother for the semester. The only way I have to ensure that they come back would be to file for divorce first and get the situation in writing. Keep in mind we still live together. Despite this, I was willing to trust her to return until Tuesday night. This trust is because she knows what it's like to grow up without a dad in the picture and doesn't want that for our kids. Anyway, Tuesday she informed me that she has opened a Bumble account and made some matches. I was naturally very upset. I didn't rage at her, there was no verbal or physical abuse from anyone. But that's a step too far. I feel like she's reduced me to a wallet and I simply can't. She has a date tonight with whoever it is while I watch the kids. I don't mind watching the kids. I love them dearly, and not being with them every night is probably going to be the worst part of all this. This morning retained counsel and informed her of my intent to file. My primary reason is actually to ensure that my kids don't end up 3 hours away from me when it's all said and done. But the straw was actively seeking adultery. All she had to do was wait 5 weeks until we were actually separated, and I might have been slightly less hurt, but I just can't bring myself to not take action. I know I made her feel alone relationally for years. And we both know that I've addressed the root causes of that and made the changes. She doesn't owe me love. She doesn't owe me affection. But damn it, I do deserve some respect, and dating before we're even separated is too much. It's humiliating. I guess I don't really have a question, and this is more of a, please support me, thing. I figure my counsel will be answering questions here on out. I guess I'm looking for support since this has been a supportive community in the past. Like I said, I know my part in this and I take full responsibility for it. TLR, I have to file for divorce and I hate it. Please just tell me I'm not crazy for doing it. Sir, you and your wife are no longer together. Now that you are no longer together and never will be again, you should never make another decision that is based on your equals you plus her collective needs. You now must make the best decisions for the children and you. You are 100% doing the right thing to seek divorce. Get an attorney and start working on a custody agreement. There's no reason your kids need to live with her family when you are a capable father. You're not crazy and you're making the right decision. Your kids are the most important thing right now, and from I can tell that's your main reason for all of this. Her seeking a relationship so soon was just the last straw. My mother was not an amazing woman when I was young, but she made the changes and made it up to me tenfold. Your kids, when they're older, will be so proud of you for all the work you've put in, but until then, I'm proud of you and you got this. Good luck. Don't be cruel in the divorce or put your kids through the thick of it, but don't let her take advantage of you in the proceedings either. I wish you the best. I am glad that you respect yourself in this way, as it will transfer to your children. Your reasoning regarding custody is sound. Too many people never settle it and end up in a toxic mess. As for her, she has finally revealed what she sees in her future, which in itself will bring you some emotional release, even if it hurts right now. You now understand that it is a waste of energy to hint at saving the marriage, as I know it has been lurking in your subconscious. How did she react to your decision? Does anyone else feel that her getting Bumble isn't that bad? They've already decided to separate. They've already decided they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. From an outside perspective, this doesn't seem like a big deal or like adultery. The relationship is over except for a piece of paper. And if you try to fuck her over in the divorce for adultery, that will be really unfair op. If you share a bank account, I'd also make sure she can't withdraw it all without your approval. Knowledge, then also start a new separate account to redirect your new paychecks to. I'm pregnant and my boyfriend isn't in town. Title sums up the situation. I, 19F. Have my period like clockwork and it was late so I took a test tonight and my fears were confirmed. My boyfriend, 21M, is on a camping trip with friends until tomorrow night. We've already discussed what we do if this happens. I'll be terminating the pregnancy. Not in America, I have plenty of access. But I want to wait to tell him about it until tomorrow when he's back as to not ruin his trip. It's Saturday night and the clinic isn't available to even make the appointment until Monday, so it won't delay any of the medical stuff to wait. Should I tell him now, and ruin the last day of camping for him to get it off my chest? Should I stick to my plan of telling him as soon as he's back? Or should I not even tell him at all and just deal with it quietly on my own? Dating for 5 months, by the way, if that changes anything. Edit to add that we use condoms and 2 weeks ago we noticed one had broke and tossed the pack and used plan B. This one snuck past us. Edit again to say I won't be talked out of termination. I don't mind you trying, but it's a waste of your time. I would tell him after he comes back. Other than comforting and reassuring you, there's not much he can do until he gets home anyway. Wish you both the best. Maybe wait to tell him, not because it'll ruin his trip so much as because it's better to have the conversation in person. Try to distract yourself with whatever you find soothing, talking to friends, watching something, napping. Whatever feels good. I'd wait to tell him. One more day isn't going to change anything. Just wait for him to come back. And no, definitely don't keep it from him. If he ever did find out that you didn't tell him, he'd probably be pretty mad, which is not what you want, I hope. Tell him when he gets back. It'll make things less stressful on both ends. In the meantime, is there anyone else you can reach out to for support? This is the sort of talk that needs to be in person, not through text and not whilst the other person is away. You've already told us to get it off your mind, so hopefully that helps. I hope everything goes well for you. Wait till you can have the conversation in person. This isn't a phone call, text type of issue.